How's it going, lads? So on this episode you're going to see this tunnel being made up. Now, as you can see, things have changed up a slight bit in the shed. The van is gone. The shed has been changed up quite significantly. I'll give you a little look of it here, right? So there she is now, as the car sits. Needs a little bit of cleaning up, as you can see, but the tunnel has seen better days because she's fair done, and we're on to the bay, lads. That's where we're going to. Check out the next few videos that are coming up very soon. Like, share, subscribe, lads. All that jazz. Anyway, let's get into it. You jazz, you get your head back in there. People think it's a horse box.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Okay guys, so what we're going to do today is we're going to sand down the tunnel. Here it is actually with all of the, there's the tunnel with just a coat of stopper on it, you'd say, or I'd call it stopper, that's what we used to always call it at home. Just a little coat of filler, light filler, not the heavy grade stuff. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the sanding block, the 80 grit sandpaper. I can't find my sandpaper for the love of the money. I don't know where my sandpaper's gone. Looked everywhere for it. I had got new ones, say. Got a bit of 80 sandpaper of my little sander. I have 80 on the sander as well, so I'm using a little bit of worn sandpaper. So we'll see how far it takes us, and we'll probably take a little bit of heavy stuff off, the heavy top off with the sander, and then go out with the block. I do also have a can of red that I just pulled out. It's a mess. I did pull it out of the press, and we're going to just give it a little shade to see the high spots and the low spots, and we'll sand them out then as well to get it kind of flat enough then as well. So yeah, let's get to it. It's not going to get done itself. So just to give you a little representation of what we just sanded out there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spray a little bit of the red on it just to get a bit of the shade, just to see what it's like with a little block. Now you can see already it's low here, and probably just needs more taken off it. More than likely it's just more taken off because we only started sanding it. So just let it dry, and I'll give it a little rough sand, and we'll see a little line here from where you can see the steel is just a little bit of an overlap on it for the strength in it. So we'll just have to sand down everything, give it a good sand, and it's a bit challenging with the sandpaper that we have got, but we got to get it done anyway. So one way or the other should be sanded. So it's dry enough. Let's just give it a go with the 80 on the 80 grit on the block and see how it goes. So after all that sanding, we kind of got the hump and the lumps out of it, and we brought it down a little bit. It's very hard to see it because it's so fine, it's just along here. It does just need a little bit more filler to be fair, get a little bit smoother. Other than that, I'd probably sand it down and take a bad shape into it. It's coming along nicely there though. Probably a little bit of red. Probably it's probably better with the, it's probably a little bit better with the block and the sander and the sandpaper on it. It's usually taken off more and it's easier to really control it to the shape you want. So I'm nearly going to just continue on with doing it with the block of sandpaper. Lovely. Trying to do something like Ace Ventura there, but that did not sound great at all. You know that one where it's like a glove.
A few moments later.
Tell yous lads. Whew, so went sanding. But it doesn't take too long to sand it, to be fair. See, it's not a thick coat on it, it's only a skim to make it look decent, so I don't even think it's going to need a second coat of filler. Parts of the will just around here, just because it's where it's going to be seen the most, nearly with the pocket and the with the pocket and the cup holders retracting. You can see this area, so I want this really nice. Not that I don't want the rest really nice, but yeah, a lot more sanding. So just going to finish up sanding the bit of the tunnel. Just got a few little bits here, there and everywhere. Just a few little bits to finish on the filler work, and got to just finish that as in with 80 grit sandpaper. And then what I'll do is I'll just mist it with a little bit of aerosol red there that I have, and I can then sand it with say 180 grit sandpaper, and it'll take all the scratches out, so I can then primer it. So objective is get this ready for primer. I've got the tunnel all sanded down with 80 grit sandpaper, all shaped, all pretty much ready just to go over with the red spray that I was saying with the red. The can of red that busted, be the God, no wonder it was on the shelf. Sure, look, I've it all sprayed with a bit of red shade, you'd say, just to mark out the scratches on it from the 80 grit sandpaper. So now I'm going to use a bit of 120 grit, which is back up. Using a bit of 120 grit sandpaper on problem areas just to sand it down a little bit more if I haven't fully sanded it, say, when I see them with that. But I want a final sand of 180 grit sandpaper because I can primer across that. I'm using a 2-pack primer, so I have it on the shelf there now. My brother gave me it, so let's crack on at sanding this here. I get the block that we misplaced in the last one. Yeah, let's crack on. And what the shade will do is it'll mark up all the scratches, as you could see me sanding them off. You could see them going away, you can still see them there. It'll also show up some low and some high spots just in case I need to sand them down as well. But the thing about this is it'll scrub up the sandpaper a lot with that red paint. I'm going to have to crack my nail. Right, let's get to it.